Hello there, beautiful souls. So today we're doing a pick a card reading on what are your magical abilities. So we have 3 cards to choose from. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Go ahead and choose a card and I will see you in a moment. Bye! Hello there, my beautiful pile number 1s. So you chose the card Birthing a New Age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. So with this Birthing a New Age card, I'm seeing that your magical ability is the ability to be able to manifest things really easily and really fast and really in flow into your life. I'm seeing that you're the type of person who, when they have thoughts or things that they set their intention on, or even just things that they want, they tend to appear in their life really fast and really magically almost. I'm seeing that like you guys are the type of person who sees synchronicities a lot and sees just things that they're thinking about happen in the real reality really easily. So an example of this is if you're thinking about how you'd really like to work at a certain place, you might go online randomly and all of a sudden see that there's a job posting there. Or you might be thinking about, oh, I'd really love to go to school for this, but the program's always full and it's too competitive, but then all of a sudden they come up with a new program at a new school and more people are allowed to get in right when you're thinking about that. For more little things, it could just be as simple as you're randomly walking about your day and you're thinking, hey, I haven't seen a monarch butterfly in a while, and then all of a sudden you walk out your door and there's a monarch butterfly. I'm hearing that things like this happen to you a lot, and that it's just so random that you're thinking about things and then all of a sudden they happen. You might also be the type of person who's thinking about a certain person and then they give you a call. Yeah, I'm definitely seeing that that's a magical ability for you, and that's actually the ability to manifest. So if you think about something and you set your intention towards it and you put lots of positive thoughts into it, then you can actually create your own reality, I'm seeing. I'm seeing that you are also a visionary, and that is one of your magical abilities. So you're the type of person who, when they're looking at the world, they see the problems, they see the challenges in the world, but they're not focusing on that. Instead, they are optimistically envisioning a new world. They're thinking, it would be better if the world was like this. This is the way I see the world. This is the way I hope the world to be. And I'm seeing that you live in sort of this fantasy that you've created for yourself, but you use it in order to create a new, better world. I'm seeing that because you're focusing optimistically on this positive outcome of the world, that you actually make changes everywhere you go, just energetically. You walk into a place and, where people were previously grumpy and miserable, all of a sudden they're going to be cheery and happy because of your presence, because you unintentionally manifested a world where people were kind and gentle and nice to each other, and it just sort of happens around you as if you're a bubble of light wherever you go. I'm seeing that you also may be a creative person, so you may have a creative project you're working on, or even a cause I'm hearing, and that when you're thinking about what the world should be, or you're thinking about what a creative project should look like, you're actually able to envision it beforehand and see all the elements to it. So if you're a painter, you will see the painting before you paint it and be able to create it exactly the way it is in your vision on paper. If you are interested in a cause, then you may have a vision in your head of what the cause is going to do, how it's going to play out, who's going to do what, and you may actually be able to manifest creating a charity or a protest or something along that lines in the real world, depending on what you envisioned. If you're not doing this already, I'm hearing that you do have the ability to do this. So whatever you're passionate about, start dreaming about it, start thinking about it, start looking at start allowing yourself to have visions of it, because just thinking about it and just picturing it is enough for you to create that in your real reality. Let's see, what else do you need to know about your magical abilities? What else do we need to know, pile 1, about your magical abilities? So we have the Queen of Inspiration, so that's the Queen of Wands. So I'm seeing that confidence is a huge part of your magical abilities. If you're confident that it is going to happen, then it will happen, I'm hearing, and it will happen fast. It's not going to be something that's slow for you. So long as you believe that it can happen, that's all you have to do to make it come into your real reality. I'm seeing sort of this confidence that's not even detached either. Like you just know so much that it's going to happen that you actually don't even put that much energy or that much thought into it. You don't obsess over it. You don't think about it a lot because you just know. You're in the state of, yeah, that's happening, I know, or I'm good either way with or without that, but I thought about it anyways. And you just do it so blissfully, so like it looks to the people around you as if you're not even trying, and it just happens to you. It really is just like magic for you. I'm seeing that some of you guys may have had a past life in Egypt, and that is why you sort of have brought in this magical ability into this lifetime, that in some way your past life in Egypt passed over and brought you this magical ability in this lifetime, and you're meant to use it to help create a better world. I'm also seeing that some of you guys also resonate with being starseeds or being from another planet or galaxy in a past life as well. This could be with the Egypt past life, or it could just be that there are different groups of people, but that may also be where you got this magical ability from. I'm seeing that you may be a person who's also very good with rituals. So if you decide to do some kind of witchcraft ritual or just a regular ritual, whatever you want to call it, where you have to set your intention on something. So for example, some people do manifesting rituals where they use water and they talk into the water and give it positive thoughts and then tell it what they want and then drink the water so that they are manifesting their reality. That is an example of a ritual that you would be very successful using. I'm seeing that if you use intention rituals, your abilities will become that much stronger. You also have the Strength card. So yes, again, we've got that Egypt energy here. For some of you guys, that is where you got your ability from. Oh, I'm also seeing that your magical abilities are more strong when you're in, what do we call them? When we're in those places that sort of have that, that magical energy to them. Like the pyramids, like Sedona, Arizona, like places like that. I'm seeing that if you were to visit one of those places where the energy is more magnetic or the energy is more stronger, then your magical abilities would also manifest that much faster, that these places would really help you a lot if you were able to visit them. I'm seeing that you have had to go through a lot in your life, that you have had to overcome a lot of challenges. This could be in your current life or in your past life, but I'm seeing that you have conquered a lot, yeah, you've had to go through it, and that you have came out stronger, and that you have came out with such a higher perspective now, that you understand sort of the polarity in things. You understand the good parts, you understand the bad parts. You have this vision of what the world really looks like from a higher perspective, instead of just what it looks like from your world or your small lens of things. You can see the higher perspective, you can see the good parts, the bad parts, and you can see them working together and how they help to create a better world. And I'm seeing that's because you have went through hardships. You've had to be on both sides. You've had to be the bad guy. You've had to be the good guy. You've been hurt. You may have been the herder at some point. But yeah, there's just something that you've had to overcome that has really made you stronger, and most importantly, it's giving you a higher perspective on things. I'm seeing that you're a very compassionate person, and that's a bit of a magical ability as well. It's just this vision of seeing things in such a positive, kind light and seeing above what everybody else sees. I'm seeing that challenges and things that happen in your life won't bring you down anymore, that you have this ability of allowing things to just flow off of you. So when you're faced with a new conflict or challenge, you're like the calm within the storm. You're not reacting to it, you're not getting upset by it, you're just kind of still like a rock, and you're just observing it, I'm hearing, and then you're deciding your plan of action. You no longer can be shook by things anymore, you no longer can be swayed. Now are able to just get through it in a very strong but very compassionate way. And you also got the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So I'm seeing that when you're manifesting and when you're using this magical ability, you don't have to work hard. At this point, you might be working hard. You might be trying to put up a lot of action towards things, but I'm seeing that you don't have to. You're one of those people who literally can just make the intention, let it go, walk away from it, and come back, and there it is. You don't have to put a ton of effort into it. You just plant your seed and that's it. Water it a little bit, come back, and you've got this gorgeous tree with all these leaves. So yeah, I'm seeing that you have a magical ability for just not needing to put in the hard work and action that maybe other people do or that other people try to do. You can just manifest it with intentions and visions alone. Also, I've got the Two of Emotions, so that's the Two of Cups. You can see it over there? Perfect. Okay, so I'm also seeing that one of your magical abilities is the ability to connect with people. People are just drawn to you. People just connect to you so easily. I'm seeing that you're really good with helping people manage their emotions. So when they're in a state of struggle or chaos, or like this girl in this picture, she's just like falling down into the water, you're this other girl who can come back and you can help her, and instead of feeling like it's this tragic event or that she's drowning or she can't handle it, you help her see the positive in the situation. And now they're doing this nice dance instead of just like what could have been falling into the water and panicking. They're now doing this nice dance and they're back in flow and able to appreciate the moment and work with the energy rather than working against the energy. I'm seeing that you do have a magical ability with your eyes. So I see this girl looking into the other girl's eyes. Yeah, something about your eyes. If you look into a person's eyes, you're able to sort of calm them down. You're able to get them back into that centered state. So as I said, because you went through life experience, you are now in this like sort of stone-like state where you're the calm in the storm. You're able, when you look into a person's eyes, to sort of give them that feeling in the moment as well. You share your energy, you share your calmness, you're able to help calm them in the moment. Yeah, and I'm also seeing that because you're so good at this and because you're so good with connecting with people, you also attract a lot of romantic partners as well. You're very alluring. Yeah, people just like you. Friendships, romantic partners, people just like you. They're drawn to you. There's something interesting about you. And I'm hearing that you're like a magnet. You just sort of attract people, especially people who do need healing. And I know that that can be hard for some people, that when they're attracting people that are going through challenges and stuff, it can be overwhelming and it can be hard to set up those boundaries. But I'm seeing that for you, like, you can look at it as a positive, as, you know, when a person who's coming towards me who needs healing, like, I can heal them, I can help them. And you just feel like you're meant to do that. It's not like a bad thing. I don't know if you guys just have really good boundaries. You're really good at, like, you know, only helping one person at a time, or only helping what you can take, but it's looking pretty positive. So I'm not seeing that you guys are particularly overwhelmed with this. And if you are, then I would just recommend setting up those boundaries and, you know, only taking on what you can, and of course self-care. Okay, and we also have the Ace of Inspiration, so that is the Ace of Wands. Yeah, you are a very passionate person, and that's definitely one of your magical abilities. It's just like the magic card. Yeah, I just heard that, like, Ariana Grande song, like, I want it, I got it. Like, you just think about it and it comes into your reality. It's just so fast for you, I'm seeing. And I'm seeing that you guys, like, you're not just, like, manifesting, like, wealth or abundance or just something for you. You're manifesting a better world for everyone. You want to see the world happy. You want to see the world go through a big change. And that is what you're manifesting, and you were able to make it happen. You are given this ability. You have earned it through your past lives because you want this for the world. It's not just about you. It's so much bigger than you, I'm seeing. But yeah, I'm seeing that whatever you are passionate about, whatever lights you up, whatever makes you feel like, yes, I love that, I want to go, I want to help that, I want to be part of that cause, I want to do that, I'm seeing that you can make it happen in reality, and you can make it happen easy and fast. just stay in flow, I'm seeing, but I'm also seeing that you also have a magical ability for being able to be in flow. You can pick up on what the Earth's energy currently is and how things are most likely going to play out. So it's a bit of a psychic energy as well. I'm seeing that when you're visioning what you want in the world, like first you envision what you want to see, and then you can sort of vision the parts of how it's going to happen or how it's most likely going to happen. And you're able to tune into the energies that are happening around you so that you can understand how your vision can most play out in a successful way. So for example, if you have a cause in mind and you're thinking, okay, what I want to see, and I'm just going to use feminism as an example. So what I want to see is everybody having a new mindset of women and men are equal. And then you're thinking, okay, how is that most likely going to play out? Well, the problem is that, you know, we're having these thoughts. So maybe I need to make a post to share to everybody about how that thought is affecting everybody is affecting people to do things that are sort of against feminism. And by sharing that, people are going to hear it, they're going to agree with it, and that's how that change is going to be made. That's just one example, but you're able to sort of see the follow through as to how your cause is going to play out, and you're able to also see the reactions too. Even just me saying that, I was able to see sort of the group of people who are also going to react negatively to that, and then you sort of are way ahead of the game and you're like, okay, this is how I'm going to handle the group that's going to react negatively to that. This is how I'm going to help them. This is where I'm going to put my focus, my energy. This is how I'm going to make this change happen. And you're just a person who's really good at seeing all of those things that would normally overwhelm people. You're able to see the bigger perspective and all the pieces at once and see like the whole puzzle and be like, yeah, this is how it needs to go, which is great. Okay, let's see what else. What else do we need to know about pile 1's magical abilities? What else do we need to know about pile 1's magical abilities? We got adjacent possibilities. So I'm hearing doors open wherever you go. You just walk into a room or a space, and where there wasn't opportunities before, there's now opportunity. And I'm seeing that part of like the challenge for other people is that they walk into this space and they just see the closed doors, and that's where they're putting their focus onto, and they don't see where the little tidbits of opportunity are, but you do. You do see where the little tidbits of opportunity are, and because of that, you make them bigger, you make them brighter, you make them... It's so easy for you to figure out the way to go, because in any situation you could literally find a silver lining or an opportunity, and you're always going to be able to make it happen because you have this mindset. Okay, let's see. What can pile 1 do to make their magical gifts stronger? What can pile 1 do to make their magical gifts stronger? So we have soul family, call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. So being around members of your soul family can actually make your magical gifts stronger. So I'm seeing that you're really meant to work with people on your creative projects, on your passions, on the things you're hoping to manifest, and that being around people who you feel connected to or you feel drawn to will actually help grow these projects. So if you want to know a little bit more about your soul family or your soul connections, I do have a pick a card reading on that so that you can know who they are or how to tell that they're coming in. But yeah, just for this reading, I'm seeing that, yeah, just being around them or being around people that you feel drawn to, like, will actually help you, and that being in the same energy as them can help grow your manifestations and your creative abilities. I'm seeing that also being near water or being near animals, especially aquatic life, can help you manifest easier as well. So you might be a person who sort of needs to do that cleansing in natural water at like a beach or in a lake, or just the peacefulness of being there and then focusing on your intentions could actually help your manifestations come faster. And connecting with your feminine energy, I'm seeing as well, will also help you manifest faster. So that's taking a step back from the doing for a bit and then just reconnecting with your feminine energy and yeah, and then just doing things like self-care and just, yeah, being instead of doing. We also have dance with life, do something to change your energy. So yeah, I'm seeing dancing, movement, anytime that you're feeling like just happy and blissful and exciting, and excited, that will help you manifest quicker as well. Just keeping yourself in that blissful, happy state will help you manifest faster, because then you'll be in a higher vibration, and yeah, that's what helps everybody. I'm also seeing this as a bit of a magical ability as well, just to, like, when you walk into a room, you actually do change the energy of the room as well. You will make it more happy, you will make it more positive, you will put people in a better mood. I know I mentioned that a little bit earlier, but I just wanted to say that again, that it is coming up again. Ooh, also, full moon rituals or any rituals around the moon will also help you manifest faster, or help you, your magical abilities become stronger, and just being in flow in general, which you're already very good at. We also have make a vision board. So that one's pretty straightforward, but yeah, just creating a vision board. You can do this in real life on your wall, or even just like make one on Pinterest, or I don't know, make one with Microsoft Word, whatever you use. Yeah, just put a bunch of visuals of what you actually want in your life. So for example, if you're hoping to manifest a house, get a picture of a house. Since we're talking more causes and creative things, then you might want to get visuals of what the world will look like when your cause comes. So maybe a bunch of people happy, people working together, images like that that'll help, that you look at every single day and you focus on to help you manifest what you're hoping to create. We also have drink tea. So being in a nice, relaxed, calm state. That could include drinking tea, but it can also include meditation, just getting a lot of good rest and sleep, taking care of yourself, having baths. Yeah, anything that is to fill your own cup, I'm hearing, will help you manifest faster. So just putting all that energy into yourself gives you more energy to bring light to the world, I'm hearing. So we got chaos and conflict. So I'm hearing a couple messages with that again. I'm seeing that again, you were that calm in the storm. When chaos and conflict is happening around you, you're not getting affected by it. You're just letting it breeze right off of you, and you are fine in the present moment. I'm also seeing, because I said causes, I said being an advocate. Some of you guys really do have the magical ability to just not be afraid to cause some conflict and cause some chaos in order to make things happen. So I'm seeing that you are the type of people, and this is amazing, but you're the type of people who can really see the benefit in the conflict. So a lot of people shy away from conflict. They don't like to see people fighting. They don't like to see arguments happening or people disagreeing. But you're the type of person who can actually see the positive in that as well, by having discussions, by talking about things, by taking action to go after what we want. That's how we make change. And in our history books for time after time, there's not a single change that's ever been made in history without some chaos and conflict, and you understand the value in that, and you're not afraid to use that to your advantage as well. So that's awesome. Okay, and I'm going to get one more card for you. One more card about pile one's magical abilities. Got new life in reverse. Okay, so I'm seeing with this card that you are very humble. So you're okay with the fact that you are on a learning journey in this lifetime. You're okay with the fact that you don't know everything, and you are open and just, I'm hearing curious. You're very curious to what's happening around you. Like, I wonder why a person thinks that way, or I wonder why they're acting that way. And instead of getting angry or even into a chaos and conflict situation, you're actually just like very observant, very curious, and are just like, so they have a different opinion from me. I wonder what experience brought them to this point. I wonder how I can use that to help me create my vision. And you're not afraid to change your vision either. You will change it, you will adjust it based off the experiences that you have in the present moment. You're not overly attached to anything, I'm hearing, and that's a big part of why you have this magical ability to manifest things so fast into your lives, because you're not overly attached. You do go with the flow, and you're okay with opposition, I'm hearing. You're okay with hearing it, with listening to it, and with learning from it. That is super amazing, guys. So that's all I have for you, pile number 1. I hope you enjoyed that reading. Bye now. Hello, beautiful souls who chose pile number 2. And your card is Council of Light, Divine Orchestration, Helpers in the Subtle Realms. So right away, some magical abilities that you may have is actually being a medium and being able to connect with spirits, passed on loved ones, your ancestors, your own spirit guides I'm hearing as well, or people in other realms or dimensions. I'm hearing that you may be a channeler, and that may be one of your abilities as well. So you may have actually seen spirits or ghosts, and that might be one of your magical abilities, or you see orbs of light, or you've seen sort of movement in the corner of your peripheral vision. I'm hearing that some of you guys are clairaudient, so some of you guys may actually hear messages from these spirits or from these guides from other realms. You may get ringing in your ears, or even hear music. I'm hearing wind chimes is another thing that you might hear sometimes when these spirits are around. Or you may just feel their presence sometimes. You may all of a sudden feel really hot, really cold sensations on your skin. Or you may just feel, feeling really high vibration or really happy when these spirits are around. Yeah, some of you guys may really resonate with connecting with your own spirit and guide team on a regular basis. You may feel like you interact with them a lot. I'm also seeing that one of your magical abilities is that your chakras are naturally very aligned, and that you're very good at helping other people align their chakras as well. You may either do or have interest in things like Reiki or energy healing, or even just certain meditations that will help you align your chakras. Yoga I'm hearing as well. Ooh, I'm also seeing that some of you guys actually may have soul connections here on Earth, so they may be with your actual family I'm hearing as well, and that you feel like you have a very spiritual connection with some souls here on Earth, or with some family members. So for some of you guys it is your direct family. I'm hearing for a lot of you it is, but also I'm hearing spouses, romantic relationships and friendships as well could play into this. But you have incarnated with your soul family, and you feel very connected with these people, and you have certain abilities that are more powerful when these people are around. Yeah, I'm seeing that these people do help guide you and do help lead you in the right direction as well. I'm hearing that some of you guys may also even have telepathic abilities with your soul family members. So there may be certain family members or other relationships, but I'm really getting strong family members that you feel like you have a telepathic connection with, that you feel like you can almost read their thoughts, or maybe for some of you guys you can read their thoughts and send messages. When you intend to send a message to somebody, they will hear it in their own head as well. Yeah, even having dreams where you feel like you get certain messages about family members and about what they need to do, and guidance for them as well, or guidance for yourself of what you need to do in pertaining to these family members or these soul family members. So yeah, they could pop up in your dreams a lot. They could talk to you in your dreams. Okay, that's all I'm getting for that card. Let's see, what else are your magical abilities? Pile number 2, what else is your magical abilities? So you got the Death card. Yeah, some of you guys are definitely mediums, are definitely people who can see and feel spirits for sure. Definitely your own passed on loved ones. If you have experienced loss in your life, I'm seeing that some of you guys are very connected to that spirit, to that soul still. You feel like they're around. You feel like you see certain signs when they're around you. They might be sending you certain messages. Yeah, I'm seeing a particularly strong connection for some of you guys with a passed on loved one. For others of you, you guys just might feel particularly connected to the dead, and I know that sounds weird, but you just feel like, yeah, you definitely feel like there's souls that are still here on the planet, or that you can still even just connect to, even if they have passed on.
Some of you guys still need to awaken this ability as well, I'm hearing. So some of you guys have the ability to be able to see spirits if you choose to, but have simply not awakened that ability yet. And to awaken that ability, for some of you, I'm hearing that you just need to set the intention. You just need to choose to do it. I know that's very scary, and if you're having fears about seeing spirits and you're like, oh my god, that's kind of scary, like I don't want to see that, that might be why you're not seeing them. It's just simply because you have that fear, you have that inhibition, so it's sort of like an unconscious choice to not see them, or just even a blockage to seeing them because you're a little bit scared or nervous about that. I'm also seeing that you have the ability to transform both yourself and situations around you. So you might be the type of person who does sort of bring on endings wherever they go. You may have went through a lot of endings and losses in your own life. But this has sort of taught you how to be very detached and how to embrace the transformation that comes with things ending. Yeah, I'm seeing when things end, you embrace the new beginning that comes with it. I'm also seeing you as a person who helps people transform within their own lives. So you may walk into somebody's life and you may notice the things that they're hanging on to too long, or that they need to let go on and move on from. You may be the type of person who, for example, you walk into a room and you're just talking to this random person and they're all of a sudden talking about their relationship and the things they're going through with their relationship, and it becomes very clear that this relationship is either toxic or just no longer meant to sort of last anymore. And you may not say it directly, but you may just unintentionally give this person some kind of advice or some kind of notion to help them realize themselves that they need to embrace the transformation, that they need to embrace letting it go, that they need to embrace moving on to the next thing. You may notice that after having conversations with people that people do have endings in their life, and you may not realize this, but it is because of your energy, and it is because you are meant to bring them positive transformation. You're meant to help them let go of what no longer serves them anymore. These endings are a good thing for them, even if they are painful in the moment. You help them not just experience the things that they need to let go of, but you also help them see the positive side of that. So these might even play out in conversations you do have with people, where you even talk about how endings that they've had in their life, or things that, you know, didn't work out, are actually positive things and opening the doors to new, better things for them. You may actually be the light for some of these people during these dark and hard moments. Let's see, what else are your magical abilities? We've got the Devil in reverse. Yeah, so you help people see, you help them see their shadow sides, but you also help them let go of old habits and things that no longer serve them. So this doesn't even have to be just with people. This could be with situations. It could be even just like procrastination or addictions, or just certain habits and things that they do in their life that they don't see as harming them or holding them back or blocking them. You help them see that, and I'm hearing that you help them see it in a very positive way. You're not a person who is going around judging people and saying, oh my god, you need to change this, oh my god, you need to change that, or you're the problem, don't you see? Like, it's not like a hard truth kind of energy I'm getting here. I'm getting more of like, you have sort of a peaceful way of talking to people so that they see it for themselves. Like, I'm seeing a person just talking to another person, and the person's, you know, let's say the person's in college or is in school, and they're like, oh my gosh, every time I have an essay to write, I'm writing it the night before it's due, and it's exhausting me, and I feel like, you know, I'm always in overdrive, like trying to do these things last minute. And, you know, I sat there and I was hanging out with my friends, and I went and, you know, was just going out for food and doing things that didn't really matter instead of doing my essay. And then all of a sudden the due date just kind of snuck up on me, and you may be the type of person who sort of just says, oh, this is what really helps me when I'm procrastinating, or this is what I do when I'm struggling with not getting my work done. And you just say it in such a peaceful way that the person doesn't feel like attacked, but the person kind of is able to see that as a problem. Oh, I'm hearing for some of you guys, it's not even you're giving advice at all. I'm hearing that people feel like they they do sort of unload their problems on you. So I'm getting that that person who's talking about the procrastination struggle may not have actually said it out loud until they had the conversation with you. And although all you did was smile and nod, just letting that out and saying that was enough for them to recognize it as a problem and come up with their own solution. So I'm seeing that for some of you guys as well. But yeah, there's something you do that definitely helps people see the parts in themselves that need healing, that need transformation in order for them to have a better life. What else are your magical abilities? Pile number 2. We have the Empress. Yeah, you have a very calm, kind, nurturing energy. I'm hearing for some of you guys, you may resonate with being called the group mom, where, you know, there's one friend in the group who's sort of kind of always caring for others and always giving advice and always being very nurturing. That may be actually who you are in your friend circle. Yeah, I'm seeing that you're very nurturing, you're very kind about the way you go about helping people transform. It's not in a harsh way, and in many times you're helping them transform sort of unintentionally, not in ways that we'd expect to see someone helping transformations happen. Oh, I'm seeing that you also work as a mirror for people as well. So you just, if using the procrastination example that I mentioned before, you might show up into a group of friends and you might actually confess to the friend, say, oh, I'm struggling with procrastination. I'm procrastinating way too much. I need to work on that. And, you know, that friend realized in that moment, oh my gosh, me too. And it's just, you don't know why you said that in that moment, but it just sort of happened unintentionally. And that's one of your magical abilities, to help people transform with just your presence. Let's see, what else, pile 2, are your magical abilities? You have Temperance in reverse. You help people see what's not in balance. So yeah, you help, so another example is like if someone's overworked and spending all their time in work and not spending time with their family or their friends or their social life, you help people see and notice that. Like, and again, just in little ways with your energy, you might just say to them, oh, hey, wow, you work a lot, eh? And even just that statement alone, not judgmental, not good or bad, just helps it click for the person to say, I do work a lot. Oh my gosh, I'm exhausted from all these extra hours. Maybe I need to deal with that. Maybe I need to figure out a way to better balance my life. Yeah, there's just a way that you help people see these things that aren't in balance and you help them bring it into balance. I'm also seeing that in discussions around like things like politics or things like really controversial subjects, when you're talking to people about things like that, you may actually help balance views a little bit too. So for example, let's talk about abortion, right? If you're hearing someone talk about abortion and how they're like very, very pro-life and anybody who's ever had an abortion ever is just an evil, horrible person who kills babies, you may walk into that conversation without even an opinion on the subject, and you may sort of help that person get back into balance of, oh, you know, not everybody who's having an abortion is evil. You know, there's actual medical problems and real reasons why someone might need an abortion, so that their opinion isn't so out of balance or in that far direction. And again, no judgment for anybody on either spectrum of those controversial topics. I'm not judging you at all, but that's just an example of how sometimes when we have opinions, they can be just very extreme, and how we can better have them in balance. And I'm hearing that you're one of the people who already does have very balanced opinions and does help bring those on for other people. Let's see, what else? We've got the Queen of Materials in reverse. Oh, I'm seeing that also one of the things that might be out of balance in the people that you're sort of helping is people who overgive. You might be a person who really helps people set boundaries and recognize when they are giving way too much of their energy away. Yeah, so one of your magical abilities is to help people recognize when they are when they're not having boundaries within themselves, when they're giving too much of themselves away. So an example is a mom who has kids and is spending all of their energy helping their kids, nurturing their husband, making the meals, but then working a full-time job on top of it. And they're not setting boundaries with their husband to say, hey, I need you to contribute with the kids too, or hey, I need some me time alone. Can you hang out with them so that I can do things too? This can also be in a relationship where one person's just giving in the relationship, and the other person is just doing their own thing and not giving to the same degree as the other person. You help them see the unbalanced dynamics in the relationship that maybe they didn't even notice before. I know, like, there's old couples who have been together forever, and the dynamic has just always been that the mother or the wife role does everything for the kids and the family, while the husband gets to relax, while the husband gets to decompress after a long day's work. And that's been the habit forever, and you might just be the first person who even brings it up or notices it for that person to say, hey, you're getting drained from this. This isn't a healthy way of living. You should communicate with your husband. And again, it doesn't have to be in an advice, unsolicited advice kind of way where you're telling them that. It might just be with your energy, with you doing something that they notice in themselves, like the examples I said before. Okay, what else, pile 2? What are your magical abilities?
You have the tribe. I see that you bring people together.
So yeah, I'm getting 2 messages. One, that you bring people together that previously weren't able to see eye to eye. So with that balanced view example, I'm seeing that, you know, 2 people who are on opposite sides of things, right? That one person who's very pro-life and thinks anybody who's had an abortion is evil, and the other person on the other side of the spectrum who's very pro-choice and thinks that anybody who believes in pro-life is being unfair to everybody else and is just being mean and not allowing people to have choices of their bodies, and that they're all judgmental. You might see those 2 sort of opposite views, and you might bring them together and say, hey, we actually have more in common than we think. Like, for example, this pro-choice person, you don't actually think that, you know, all babies should be aborted or hurt. You think that only in those extreme circumstances should someone go through with that. And then you might notice that the pro-life person thinks similarly, that they just don't want someone to think that abortion should be used as birth control. And it turns out that both the pro-choice and the pro-life person actually do agree, even though they're arguing different sides. And you might be a person who helps them see that perspective and helps them come together and more peacefully get along because they actually weren't so different. Another example I'm seeing is that, like I said, you can communicate with spirits, your spirit guides, people around you. I'm also seeing that you do have soul tribe members here on Earth, so there are people that you do feel soul connected to again. And also that you do have people from your past lives that have came here on the planet at this time that you do feel connected with, that do help you with your mission. And yeah, you do have certain abilities that are stronger in their presence. So I'm just getting that message again. What else, pile number 2, are your magical abilities?
Deep knowing. Yeah, I just heard claircognizant. So yeah, one of your spiritual abilities is the ability to just know things. So sometimes you don't know why you know the answer to things. Sometimes you don't know like where it came from, but somebody's talking about something and it's like almost like intuitively you kind of know how to solve their problem or what they can do to bring it more into balance, or what steps they'd be best taking to heal themselves. And the reason you know this is because in past lives you've experienced these things already, you've solved these problems already. I'm hearing that you went through a lot of karmic lessons, that you are a forever learner, and at this point you're just a very wise soul and you just know a lot of things. And that is definitely one of your magical abilities, is to have this wisdom. And I'm also hearing that it is your spirits and guides talking to you as well. So with that clairaudience again, you have spirits and guides that are communicating and talking to you and helping you get this knowledge. Sometimes you might not even realize like where it came from. You're hearing ringing in the ears one second, and the next second you know what this person should do with their problem. And
those things are connected, right? Like when we get the ringing in the ears, it is our spirits and guides communicating with us, and we may have translated that message and figured it out without even knowing on more of an unconscious level. What else for your magical abilities, pile 2? Happy, happy. Oh, this is a nice one. So I'm hearing that you transform situations. So you like change things from what was a negative, heavy, hard situation into a happy, blissful, joyful situation. You help people get back into flow with the universe. You help people see the beauty that is everywhere. So I'm seeing, you show up in a lot of people's lives who are feeling very exhausted, very drained, very depleted, and you help them see the sun again. You help them see the magic of the world again. You help them get back into this place in flow where they're happy again. And it's just your energy, and it's just the way you look at things. You see things that other people don't too. I'm seeing like you see sort of the missing piece of the puzzle that they didn't recognize before, so that they can live a more blissful life. I'm hearing that you are a very happy person as well, and you're very high vibrational, and this high vibration energy does help everywhere you go. Like when you're high vibrational, you sort of spread that energy everywhere, and they feel high vibrational too. Make people feel like they're okay and safe again, to help them see the way out of a situation that they didn't previously think they could get out of. And else, pile number 2 are your magical abilities. Ooh, this one's coming out. Okay, blessed in reverse. Yeah, so I'm seeing that you help people surrender to situations that were previously hard for them. So I'm seeing that you show up in a lot of people's lives who are resisting change, who don't want to go in a certain direction, but you help them see the positive in it. You help them see how it's going to help them, how it's going to bring up new opportunities, and you help them just surrender and allow divine flow to come into their life and allow things to fall apart that were always meant to fall apart, so that they can bring in better things into their life. I'm also seeing that you're a very humble person. So the way that you're approaching people with these ideas, with these visions, is it can be very silly and playful sometimes. So sometimes it's just you living your life. Like you have a mistake, you have something that falls apart, you have something that is no longer working, and you're just the person sitting there laughing about it, like, oh no, this didn't work out. Well, I can't wait to try the next thing. And it's just like no big deal for you, and you're just so silly about it. I'm seeing like a very silly, clumsy person who's just laughing about their life and just letting things fall apart and being like, whatever, like it's no big deal. Something better is going to happen, and that's not a problem. Or, oh, that wasn't the direction I was meant to go in. That's okay. And people sort of watch you live that way, and it helps them transform as well. Else, pile number 2 are your magical abilities. Change in the wind. Yeah, I'm seeing that you help people gain clarity in those hard situations. And again, I'm just getting that same message of when things fall down, you're okay with it, and you sort of model being okay with it. You also help people be okay with the fact that things are going to fall down, that things aren't going to work out anymore, and that it's okay. You just help people allow it to happen. I'm hearing, this is in such a simple, subtle way that I'm hearing that you do this. Like I'm hearing for some of you guys, it's just a hug, right? You're going through a hard time. Let's just sit in the moment, and I'm just going to hug you, and we're just going to sit here in the storm, and it's going to be okay. The storm is going to pass. We don't need to do anything. We don't need to be anything. We're just going to let the storm pass. And I'm hearing that you're the person who's really there for people while that happens, that you are able to do that yourself because you've had so much past life experience. I'm hearing with these changes, with these things going on, that you're very much, like, I want to say like a rock for people, but it's almost like the opposite. You're like the much needed feather for people. Like you're just so light. You're so, you're the light that people need, I'm hearing, yeah. Okay, what else are your magical abilities? Higher power. You help people reconnect with the divine when they don't believe in it anymore. So yeah, I'm seeing that these people, like, they might feel very disconnected. They might feel like their angels and guides, like, they're not around them anymore. They feel lonely. Maybe they just, like, have stopped believing in God, have started being atheists. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but in this case, they're starting to feel drained from the idea that they just don't believe there's anything more. They believe that they're all alone, that the challenges they're going through are, like, burdens for them, and that, like, there's no hope at the end of the tunnel, and you help them reconnect to spirituality in whatever sense that they want to reconnect that in, right? It could be God for some people. It could be their spirit guides for others. It could be whatever they believe in. But you help them reconnect to source. You help them believe again that there is something more around us, that there is a reason for these challenges, that these things are here to help us grow and learn, and that they're not just random obstacles that are there to hurt us, that they're not being punished. Yeah. Okay, pile 3, let's see what other magical abilities you have. What other magical abilities do you have? So you got 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron. So that's your 3rd eye chakra in reverse. So what I'm getting is you actually might be very good at helping people who have blocked chakras heal their chakras. So you might be very good at things like Reiki, or energy healing, or healing the chakras through meditation, or even yoga, or yeah, there's all kinds of things that can heal chakras, but you might just specifically be very good with healing the chakras. You might be very good at helping people see things more clearly. So when they're got like clouded judgment and they're indecisive and they just can't think clearly, or they're just really attached to their emotions and they just can't think logically or see things clearly, you help people put things into perspective, I'm hearing. So if it's something that like they think is really bad and it just seems like they're crying over spilt milk, you might help them see, oh, it's not as bad as you may think. Like, there is a silver lining to this. There is a way out of this. If they're going through something that is genuinely very hard, you can also still help them find the positive and silver lining of that. Yeah, and you just help them see a different perspective or a different light to things. You also could help people make decisions, so you could help them see the different outcomes in things, and yeah, just help them think clear. I'm hearing that you help people clear their mind. Let's see, what else you got? We got 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel. So that is the throat chakra. So that's the chakra of communication. So yeah, you could be a very good communicator. You can communicate very clearly. And I'm hearing that you're good at communicating in a way that people will actually hear it. So a lot of times when we're giving advice or we're saying things to people, they're not hearing it because they're immediately getting defensive. They're immediately trying to make themselves look and feel better, especially if they feel like you're looking down on them or you're looking at them in a way that isn't in the best light. They might get into this very defensive place. And I'm hearing that you have the magical ability to say things in a way that they don't get to that defensive place, and instead they actually hear it and they actually internalize it. So yeah, you just might know the right words and the right way to say things so that they actually understand what you're saying and they actually do want to make those steps forward. I'm seeing that you might actually be very good at public speaking too. You might be a very confident, very calm speaker as well. Yeah, I'm just hearing that you really do have the right words to say. I'm also seeing that when people are, like, there's a lot of people who, you know, when they feel an emotion, they don't actually want to feel it or experience it, and they try to push it away, or they put on a strong front for their friends and family to show that the emotion's not affecting them so they don't seem weak, or they just don't show anybody their emotions because they don't want to be a burden to anybody, or they don't want to be a problem, and they see having those emotions or having those emotional moments as a problem. And you might actually help people reconnect with their emotions and see them again in more positive light and accept both their fun emotions and their not so fun emotions. I'm seeing that you could be a very good counselor, or even just that friend who's very good at talking to their friends and helping them through crisis. Yeah, I'm seeing that you're definitely very calm as well. Yeah, and you might help people find their words as well. Sometimes they're frustrated, they're in a moment, they feel their emotion, but they actually don't know how to communicate with the outside world. They don't know what to tell people. They don't know how to get it out of themselves, and you actually help people find the words, find the things to say, figure out who they need to communicate with, and help them figure out how to communicate with them. You're very good at helping people through that. Okay, I'm going to get one last final message for you, pile 2. What are your magical abilities? What are your magical abilities? We got indecision. So yeah, just exactly what I said before. You definitely help people make their decisions. You definitely help people see things more clearly. You definitely help people evaluate their life choices. Yeah, you get people out of the fog, out of the panic, out of the anxiety, and just into this calm moment where they can see things clearly, so that they can decide, so they can move forward with their dreams and goals. You might help people reconnect with their intuition as well, so that they can feel more aligned and connected to spirit. And if they are more aligned and connected to spirit, then these decisions become easier because they will build a sense which way to go easier. So because you're helping people reconnect with their spirit guides, reconnect with their faith, reconnect with the positive way of things, you're actually helping them make decisions and move forward on their paths, because they're feeling better and they're feeling not so alone, and they're actually able to see things more clearly. Yeah, I'm hearing that you definitely be a good life coach as well. I'm also seeing that you also help people manage their inner critic. So a lot of times people get into anxiety because they have a really loud inner critic. And so when they're criticizing themselves, they're doubting themselves, they're putting themselves down, and they're getting themselves into these anxious, depressed moments. You actually help them calm that inner critic and help them listen to it, figure out what it's trying to tell them, and heal it and make it feel safe again, and so that they can feel safe within themselves. I'm seeing that you give them perspective and help them feel better about themselves and more confident with themselves too. You know, those things your inner critic are saying aren't necessarily true. They're just worries. They're just fears playing out in your life. Why do you have these fears? Where did they come from? How can we heal them? Yeah, I'm seeing that, yeah, you definitely make a very good healer, and that's definitely one of your magical abilities, but you heal with your words and you heal with your energy for sure. Okay, my beautiful souls in pile number 2, I really hope you enjoyed that message. That's it for today. Bye now. Hello, my beautiful pile number 3s. You chose the card Pleiades, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. So I'm seeing right away that one of your magical abilities is the ability to channel. Channeling is the ability to hear messages from other realms, from spirits, from your ancestors, from your spirit guides, or just from the beyond in general, however that resonates with you. So yeah, I'm seeing that you definitely get messages from the beyond. I'm also seeing that you guys have a very high vibration. You're very naturally high vibrational, and that your high vibration helps other people raise their vibration just by being high. You're very good at role modeling how to raise your vibration, but also just sharing your energy with others in a way that they're feeling uplifted as well. Hearing that you got a very positive attitude, that you talk in very positive ways, and that you're very good at seeing the positive outlook in things, and that people listen to you and feel better about their situations when they hear you, when they're around you. Also seeing and feeling that you're very calm as well, and that helps a lot for when people are in chaotic situations or in situations that they don't feel so good. See, what else are your magical abilities? What else are your magical abilities? So we have the 4 of Voices in reverse, or the 4 of Swords in reverse. So I heard dreams. So you might have psychic dreams where you see the future in your dreams. You may also get messages about your current life path, or even other people's life paths through your dreams. I also heard astral projecting, where you are able to travel to different realms and different places in your dreams in your sleep. I'm also heard that you guys may actually be able to get by with less sleep than other people as well. You might be the type of people who can get by with 6 hours or even less sleep and still get a lot done, and still are able to manage your life without a ton of sleep. Next you have the Two of Materials, or the Two of Pentacles. So yeah, I'm seeing again that you are very good at juggling, at balancing things, and at doing things with a lot of energy. Even if you haven't had very much sleep, you're kind of always in a high energy state. You're able to take on a lot of projects, you're able to do a lot creatively, you're able to balance your work, home, social life, self-care life, all those things very well as well. Also have the Six of Inspirations. That's the Six of Wands. So yeah, not only are you able to juggle a lot of these things with very little sleep and and even little energy, but you're able to make them become successful. You're able to have multiple projects come and be a success. You're able to, I'm seeing that people also like look up to you too as well. People see you as the star. People see you really as a role model, as someone to follow, as somebody to walk in their footsteps. What else? Pile number 3. What else are your magical abilities? I'm seeing that you're also able to attract a lot of success and abundance as well. Whatever you put your mind to, you can make happen, I'm hearing. And that you are very good at that. You might notice that things that you put little effort or energy into might even pay off very easily. And that might be a magical gift for you. Also have the Two of Voices in reverse, or the Two of Swords in reverse. As well as the Two of Inspiration, or the Two of Wands. So yeah, I'm seeing that you definitely could be very clairvoyant as well. You're able to see visions in your dreams and see how things can play out, but you also might have even visions in daydreams or visions during meditations, and that you use these visions and these insights in your planning, in moving yourself forward and taking the next action, the next step. Yeah, I'm seeing that you see things very clearly, that you have a very good clarity on things, that you might even have a higher perspective or a way of looking at things that's different, but it's very true. You're able to see the truth, I'm hearing as well. We also have the Knight of Cups in reverse. I'm seeing that you have a very good imagination and you're very creative as well, and that these creative insights and this imagination is actually coming from your channeling, and that what you're doing when you're having these ideas or you're having these visions is that you are actually channeling from the beyond. However that resonates with you, again, some of you guys might think it's your ancestor, some of you guys might believe it's a spirit guide, some of you guys might believe it's God. Whatever you believe in, you're probably right because you know your own path. But you're channeling from something and you're getting these creative insights, you're getting these ideas. So this might be in something artsy, like painting or physical arts, but it also could even just be ideas in your career, for your family, just sort of knowing the way things can play out, or knowing what kind of problem solving needs to be done to make things be successful, I'm hearing as well. Yeah, you get a lot of ideas out of nowhere and people are like, where did you even think about that? Or where did you even get that idea? And it's because you're actually channeling them. Let's see, what else? Pile number 3. What are your magical gifts and abilities? We got trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? And the Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. I'm seeing that one of your magical abilities is the ability to see potential outcomes and the way things are likely to play out. So this could be in your dream, in meditation, or even in the physical, just knowing, but you're able to see the way things will likely play out. So you're able to see, you know, if so-and-so makes this choice, it's likely to play out this way, but if they make this choice, then it's likely to play out that way. So you're able to see both the negative and the positive and even the neutral outcomes in things, and that's one of your magical abilities as well, is just this ability to know how things are likely going to play out if certain actions take place or if certain intentions happen, or yeah, you're able to see the different paths and the different outcomes and the different options. I'm also seeing that you have a very good trust for the divine, the trust for the source. So you know that if things go wrong, that it's going to work out in the end. You have a lot of trust in the divine, and you're okay with surrendering, I'm hearing. Yeah, I'm getting this feeling that you've been in a lot of past lives and you've learned to surrender through those past lives. So in this lifetime, you're actually very good at surrendering. You know that you can't control everything, that you know that you have to be able to handle the good and the bad, and at the end of the day, you can just allow things and you don't always need to be in control or trying to change things. Yeah, and a lot of times you just kind of know the answer to, you know which direction you need to take in order to have the most positive outcome, and that's a magical ability for you as well, which is why things end up very successful for you most of the time, because you already have that deep knowing. And with this Age of Light card, I'm seeing that many of you guys have gotten these abilities from your past lives. So you may have earned them in past lives through doing certain things, or they're just gifts that you used in past lives that you still unconsciously remember now, but a lot of these things did come from your past lives. I'm also seeing for some of you guys that you have a magical gift of connecting with people's past lives, of helping people remember their past lives, of doing past life hypnosis or past life meditation, that kind of thing. Or even just knowing and understanding your own past life and how it connects to today. You might be a person who actually does remember their past lives, or remembers enough of it that you're able to sort of know how it plays out today. If this is not true for you, it may be that you have the ability to look into your past lives and you just haven't discovered that yet, or you haven't worked on it enough yet for it to be something that you can do right now. Let's see, what else are your magical abilities? What else? Okay, so we got 2 cards. So we got chop wood, and milk and honey. So I'm seeing that one of your magical abilities is that anything that you put your energy or work into will pay off. You're a person who can be seen as very lucky. Yeah, it has things come what seem like to other people probably easily to them, but you're actually working for these things and you are putting your energy into them. And so long as you put your energy, intentions, and work into them, they do pay off. They do end up giving you good things. So you're that type of person who will plant a seed in a garden and then you'll come back and it will grow into a tree. With you, as long as you continue to water it and put your energy into it, it will prosper. You don't experience maybe failure as much as other people, or you just tend to see your works in progress pay off. You also have the magical ability to make even the small, mundane, boring things seem really light and fun and beautiful. You have a lot of gratitude, I'm seeing, so you make it so like you're the person that when other people are watching you, you're doing something like washing the dishes, but then you're laughing and you're making jokes about it and you're making it like super fun, and people are like, gosh, I wish I was washing the dishes. Like, you just make the most simple things really fun and really enjoyable, and you can transform things, I'm hearing. So you can transform an experience that would normally be looked at as bad or boring even, or just not eventful, and you can make it into something better. You can make it seem like it's something spectacular. You might do a 9-to-5 job, but you make it look like it's the best 9-to-5 job that you could possibly ever do. You might be a stay-at-home mom, and for other people, like, they feel drained and like, but you're the person who's sitting there doing blogs saying, actually being a stay-at-home mom is the greatest thing ever. Let me do my blog post. Let me show you how awesome it is to raise my child. Let me show you how great this small thing can be. Yeah, I'm seeing that you take pleasure and enjoy all things, even if they're not the big things. I'm seeing also you're very unattached to things. You're happy with where you are in life, even if it's not perfect right now. You're happy with what you have. You know what you want and you set intentions towards that, but you're not attached to it. You're not pushing towards anything. You're not trying to make something that it's not. Again, you're very good at surrendering. You're very good at allowing. You're very good at letting go. So because of this, good things do come to you, because that's the law of attraction. When we let things go, when we're not overly attached to it, they do come to us. So you actually are very good at manifestation as well, and you can attract good things into your life very easily. Let's see, what else do you have as your magical abilities? We got Life Force by Aphrodite. So I'm seeing that you have, I'm seeing that for one thing, you're very attractive and you're very good at attracting things to you on an energetic level. So this can be relationships and partners, but it doesn't have to be if that's not the case, or this can go with it as well. You're just very good at attracting things to you in general. If you want something, you're very good at making it come to you rather than you having to put a lot of work into it. I'm hearing that you're very in flow, so things do just kind of flow to you very easily. I'm seeing that, yeah, you're definitely very good at attracting partners too as well, though. People in general are attracted to you, I'm hearing. So people like you, people want to be around you, people think that you have a very nice energy. I'm seeing that you're also very creative and you have an excellent imagination, so that can be part of your magical abilities as well, is that because you have this amazing imagination, you can create your reality very easily because you already have a vision in your head of what you want. Yeah, I'm definitely seeing attracting partners, though. That's one of the things that... that's one of your magical abilities, and that you have a very strong sacral chakra as well. You also got Physical Body by Gaia. So I'm seeing again that, yeah, you might be a very attractive person, and that one of your magical abilities is to be very alluring, to be to definitely attract people to you. I'm also seeing that you might be very good in things like yoga, or even being like a physical trainer or something in the health fields, like a nutritionist. You might be very good with food, but also with physical activity, with taking care of yourself. Yeah, I'm seeing that you probably have a very attractive figure, but also that you could be very good with food. So you might even be a cook or a chef, or just being able to like even just think cooking with love. That might be something that you just intuitively can do, or you know how to make ingredients taste really good together. I'm also seeing that you'd be very good at intuitive eating. So you're a very intuitive person. So when you're eating foods, you can tell right away, you know, what's going to be healthy for you, what your body needs right now. You're very in tune with your body, I'm hearing. So you might be the type of person who's like, I'm craving grapes. Okay, I'm going to eat some grapes. I don't know, you know, what it is that makes me want grapes right now, but I know it's probably a vitamin in that food that I'm missing, so I'm going to eat those grapes. And you're just very good at kind of knowing intuitively what your body needs right now. Yeah, I'm also seeing this as you're a very grounded and centered person, and that like you have a good relationship with nature. So like I said, with putting the seed into the ground and watching it grow into a tree, you may actually have a magical ability in growing plants, in growing your own food, in taking care of the environment as a whole. And yeah, you might just be able to make plants grow really easily. You might also feel connected to animals as well. Yeah, you might have, you might be able to telepathically communicate with animals. So that would look like, you know, just kind of knowing what, like if you have a pet, like just kind of knowing what your dog's thinking. Oh, look, those are your hungry eyes. I know. Let me go get your food. Or it could be different with animals in nature. Maybe you see a lot as your spirit guides, or you can kind of just tell certain things by the way they move and the way they act intuitively. And that's one of your magical abilities that could have been passed down from a past life, is that you just kind of intuitively know what an animal wants and needs. You might also intuitively know what a plant wants and needs as well, which is super amazing. Let's get some more final message for my pile number 3s. We got self-control and higher self, and survival by your healer guides. Okay, so I'm getting that you may have been through a lot. or that you may have like a lot of chaos around you, or a lot of bad things happening around you, or you've went through situations that would really be difficult for certain people but maybe weren't so difficult for you. Or they were difficult for you at one point, but in the present moment, they're no longer difficult for you because you went through that. So this could be past life energy or current energy. It could have been in your past life. You went through a very hard life, and now in this life, you're just able to handle things very easily. Or it could be early on in this life, you went through a lot of things, and now you're like, those things wouldn't even affect me anymore because I'm a stronger person. But anyways, what I'm seeing is that when you have these difficult situations come up, whether it's people arguing, people fighting, people trying to bring you down, people trying to hurt you, or just chaos in general happening around you where it feels like everything's falling apart, you're very good at staying calm. You're very good at being like very zen in the moment. I'm hearing that you're like a rock for people because you're not reacting, you're not getting your energy sucked into these events. You stay calm, you stay still, you trust so much in the universe that you know it's going to pass. It's not going to last forever, and you don't get sucked into things. And that is a magical ability that we definitely need more of on this earth, is just the ability to just allow it to happen and not get strung into it. I'm seeing in this picture here, like all these people are arguing and attacking each other, and you're just like this person in the middle who's sitting there like, you know, doing this meditation pose and just like praying and hoping like it's gonna end, and just trusting that it is, and not needing to be all involved in the fight the way that these guys are. If you were this person on the boat with the sharks, I could see you being the person who would literally just lay down in the boat, look up in the sky and say, okay, I know I'm going to survive this. I know I'll end up on shore. I'm just going to wait, and I'm not going to panic. I'm not going to jump into the water. I'm not going to try to attack and antagonize these sharks. I'm just going to wait for them to leave. And I'm seeing here you're also, as I said before, very connected to your angels and guides because they're always here with you. So we got the hands here showing that these angels and guides are protecting you. They're shielding you from these bad events and making sure that you're going to be okay. We've got the bubble around the person here as well. They're protecting you. They're helping you. And yeah, you just have so much faith in that. So one of your magical abilities is that you can get through anything. You're so strong, and you're going to be very resilient. Okay, my pile number 3s, I hope you enjoyed that message. That's it for today. Bye now.